welcome to Bible and PJs. This is T, and I need to position my camera better. Still a newbie here. It'll get better as we continue. As I get better. Look, I got a drunk camera. I just want to make sure I'm able to focus on you. I want it to look like I'm actually talking to you. There we go. Trying a bit of light. Hey, I can't see myself, but we'll see. Alright, so today I decided to, I read this a day or two ago, and it's still in my mind, so I felt the need to share it, to see if it hit everybody the same way it hit me. I'm going to try to make it fast and get to all the points so it doesn't feel like it's really long, but Holy Spirit lead me. So, Genesis chapter 18. I'm just going to give the important parts and then add the details as I go. I'll be reading the parts that I want to get right. So, it starts off with chapter 18, Abraham having 3 guests, 2 angels and the Lord himself. Yep, the Lord himself came down here and cut a rug, chilled out, had a good old time, ate some food, had a nice conversation. Well, not a conversation, but ate some food, relaxed under the tree with Abraham, and was like, when I come back in a year's time, y'all gonna have a son. Sarah gonna have a son when I come back. That hit me a little bit, and I'm like, so you just do pop-up visits? You just go hang out with people? You want to visit my house? You know, wait on a day where it's clean, but you know, I don't even think I could entertain the Lord. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I'm off subject, but just the thought of God just stopping by for a visit. Is your house together? Can you host to the Lord? Abraham could, but moving on. So, he says that, Sarah laughs. He's like, why you laugh? She said, I didn't. And he's like, yeah, you did, but I'm serious. You're gonna have a kid around this time next year. So, the 2 dudes, the angels, get up. They stroll out. They was like, alright, we're going to go to Sodom and Gomorrah. So, the Lord tells Abraham his plans for Sodom and Gomorrah. And then this is where I'm going to start reading. So, it is chapter 18, verse 20. I always do that. Then the Lord said, the outcry against Sodom and Gomorrah is immense, and their sin is extremely serious. I will go down to see if what they have done justifies the cry that has come up to me. If not, I'll find out. This is the CSB version of the Bible. I did not know, nor did I pay attention to the fact that the Lord himself came down here so often. I did not know how bad Sodom and Gomorrah was. To the point where the Lord like, I'm going to go find out for myself. Because I'm like, he all knowing. He know everything. He hear the outcry. I know he could see it, right? But he got to go find out for himself. That's crazy. We're going to move on. And you know, Abraham pleaded to the point where he was able to get his nephew Lot and his family, or whoever else he found righteous, up out of Sodom and Gomorrah. So, Sodom and Gomorrah, the angels is down there. Lot sitting at the entrance of the gate. Sees them coming. Something special about these angels, man. Abraham spied them off the bat, bowed down, my Lord. Lot see him off the bat, bow down, my lords. Come to my house, let me serve you. Don't get caught out here. Lot knew the deal. He like, don't get caught up out here. Come to my house. I get some water. You wash your feet. Spend the night. You get up early and go on your way. Don't stay here. Don't stay in the square. And he was so persistent that the angels gave in. He prepared the feast and baked some bread. So they ate again. They ate again. He fed them, gave them some water, washed their feet. They get ready, turn in for the night. My goodness. Whew. Then the men of the city of Sodom, both young and old, the whole population, the whole population surrounded the house. Just for a second. Just for a second. I don't know how big Sodom and Gomorrah is. And I live in a very small city. A very small state. But it's crowded. It's crowded here. So just imagine if you went to a mall and you were inside of a store, because I'm quite sure that houses weren't that big. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he had a nice big old house up on the hill somewhere. I don't know. Surrounding the house, I don't even know if it was a single. Either way, let's just say everybody in the mall surrounds the store. That's a lot of people of Sodom. All the men, from young to old, sons, nephew, cousin, uncle, dad, pop, all husbands, homeboys. Paraphrasing. Ayo lot. So sorry. Yeah, we seen the men's you brought up in your house. We want we want you to send them out here so we can get to know them. Yeah, we want to get to know them. What? Not one person said this. The group, there might have been a spokesperson, but it said they said. They send them out. We want to get to know them. Yo, that's crazy. I'm sorry, that's crazy. That's cray to the max. Like, that's lot like, nah, man. Not like, let me go out here. Let me. First off, he's sacrificing himself. Because this is a nightly festivities. This is a town situation. All the women's is at home. Sleep. Baking soup. Eating bread. I don't know what they doing. But I know they know. I know they know. Because they out there loud. The next door neighbor's like, oh Lord, my husband out there too. Like, I mean, can you just imagine? I'm sorry, I'm getting away. He go out there, try to calm it down. Like, look, I got 2 daughters. Alright, don't do this wicked thing. I got 2 daughters. Bro, that is a wicked thing. Moving on. I got 2 daughters. You can have them. They ain't never known no man. So you just gonna send them out there to get violated that first time? By the whole village of Sodom? The whole male population, they not even gonna make it to sun up. Reminds me of the Levite. Moving on. They like, since you wanna come out here and judge us, and you new here, like you not even from here, we gonna do to you worse what we gonna do to them. Bruh say what now? Then they try to bust a man door. They is determined. I'm so sorry, but they is determined to get to know these 2 men. Oh my goodness. They ain't just bust open the door up, snatch them all in, blind everybody, shut the door, boom, get your people, let's go. Go get your sons, get your daughters, get your people. He goes to the son-in-law, the son-in-laws, two of them, that's supposed to marry his daughters, that you just was going to send out there to be violated. Them poor son-in-laws is what I thought. Like, they weren't going to have no wife left. But he go tell them, like, look, let's get up. Y'all got to get up. Come on, we got to go. We got to go. The Lord about to destroy this place. They're like, what? Destroy this place? I ain't doing stand up. What you laughing for? First off, that's scary. You living in the town where the nighttime ritual is hide your husband, hide your son. They coming for have some fun. Like, come, like, let's be real. Like, seriously, like a nighttime ritual where ain't no man safe, and you think it's funny? The Lord coming to save? I would be like, oh, thank you, Lord, I'm out of here, I'm safe. Whew. You hear that, John? Giving them a name. We safe. They like, nah, ha ha ha. Angel's like, look, up, next. Come on, get your wife, get your kids, let's go. Drags him out the city. Say, go to the mountains, run for your life, cause it's about to go down here. No, they're like, man, what? I ain't gonna make it that far. Let me go to this close town right here. What's it called? Zoar, Zoar, Zoar. They make it there. Sun come up. Da-doosh. It's over. The Lord, like, you don't even hear about the Lord making it there. But I guarantee you the Lord heard and saw all things that happened. And he was like, absolutely not. Boom. It's over. Pillars of smoke, pillars of fire, Abraham overlooking the town. Ain't nothing to be seen for miles ago. God said, I don't think so. He wouldn't even allow the plants to survive. He said, ain't nothing coming out of there. First off, you know how bad it gotta be for the Lord to have to come? We gonna find out. But they found out. They found out first. Clearly people who read this Bible ain't paid that no mind. But yeah. So I'm like, oh man, that's messed up. Now they ain't got no husband. That's kind of bad. And then I felt bad for them. Like, I felt bad for the daughters, because I was like, you know, you wouldn't have married no good husband, because they might have been part of the nightly festivities too. Because I don't know if they was part of the town or not, but they ain't want to be saved. That says something. And then I'm like, they ain't got no hope, because the father about to turn them up for a stranger. And I'm just like, man. Then he don't even want to stay in Zoar. He runs away to go be in a cave. He goes to live in the mountains with his two daughters because he's afraid to live in Zoar. How bad is Zoar compared to Sodom? Originally, Zoar was on the blast zone. Lot saved Zoar because all of that was supposed to get blown up. That's why I told him to go to the mountains. He's like, he ain't gonna make it that far. So Zoar was saved by Lot, in my opinion. And to add injury to insult, to just make this cup of tea taste like pure poo-poo, that is definitely not cool with. The daughters say, the oldest one to the youngest one, our father is old, and there is no man in the land to sleep with us, as is the custom of the land. So Lot had his family in Sodom and Gomorrah. He raised his girls in the town. Lord, them poor babies. Where all kinds of stuff was going on. Women was just supposed to get pregnant while the men out there on a hunt with no other way to describe this, just in case his baby's watching. So because they don't know nothing but wicked, because they was in such a wicked place, they hatch a wicked scheme. And say, let's go live with our dad. Preserve his lineage. Ugh. They get him drunk. Twice. They know him in the wrong way. And then they give birth to the fathers of Moab, Moabites, and Anabites. No, Ammonites, sorry. Yes, the Moabites and the Ammonites. Two of the most troublesome enemies of the Israelites. So, after all of that, I was hit with, well, excuse me again, the Lord ain't got no problem coming on down here to show you. The Lord ain't got no problem coming down here to keep you company either. The Lord ain't got no problem breaking bread at your table. The Lord ain't got no problem with listening to you talk. The Lord ain't got no problem with answering your requests. Because Abraham requested that somebody be saved from Sodom and Gomorrah, knowing that his nephew was there. But the sin was so bad. The sin was so bad, he came himself to destroy it. He destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. And those who believe know that he will be coming again. Because, well, we know. And then, you can't answer sin with sin. Lot was answering sin, though he was pent up in a clutch. It happens like that. You get put in a position where you don't think past the moment. You don't call on the Lord. You react like, don't do this thing. I got this. This is what I got. Hey, my daughters. That wasn't exactly the greatest option for him to use at the time, but he was in the clutch. I don't want to stay in the love aspect there. Apparently, he might have been around some bad company, clearly, that altered him a little bit, because they say bad company corrupts. I think they were speaking for him. And the wife looked back. We know that lesson. Don't look back. If the Lord is saving you, don't look back. Don't go back. Go where he tell you to go and stay there. And when the Lord decides to save you or come change things around, don't laugh at him. You know, when the Lord come bringing you gifts and decide you are worth saving to get you out of your situation, don't doubt him. Because them two men doubted, and they are no more. No more. They ain't had faith. They didn't believe. They didn't trust. They thought it was funny. They ain't laughing now. And sometimes when you're leaving one bad place, you might end up in another. So, hold on and trust God. He did the right thing by leaving. Unfortunately, just because you leave a situation, don't necessarily mean the ones that were around you have left the situation. And those babies, them poor little girls, them women, were raised and became a product of their environment because they were following the customs of the land. Lot wasn't teaching them about righteousness, as far as this is said. Because I don't know why it would even be a good thing. Because we learned not to be like the Kenites. Not to uncover your father's nakedness. But apparently they did. They didn't wait on the Lord to move on them or to send them to a new place. They didn't even factor in that where they were at was just temporary until they could get to a better place. They just moved on their own because out of fear. When you in a bad place, sometimes we do that too. Just like Lot, when he was in a bad situation, he didn't think to cry out to God. He didn't think to, do anything. He just went with the first thing that came to mind, which wasn't exactly the nicest thing. How many times have you been caught up in something you reacted in the flesh? The first thing that came to mind. If you're a hothead, it ain't great. Sometimes take a little while. The flesh act fast. You done pop somebody before you could even stop yourself. It's like that run, flight, or freeze situation. What's that? Reflex. You either gonna pop and go, freeze and scream, or run. But neither here nor there. They did not wait on the Lord. They did not trust in the Lord. They didn't even call on the Lord. Them girls took matters into their own hand. Just like Sarah took matters into her own hand and gave Hagar up and then created Ishmael outside of the will of the Lord. They created two enemies out of the will of the Lord. So stay in the will of the Lord. Talk to the Lord. Wait on the Lord. Trust the Lord. Every situation, every choice has a reaction. And when you're in situations, sometimes it's hard to see the light, but just trust in God. If the Lord was willing to save you that one time, it is totally possible for him to save you again. That's what I got out of all of this, even though it is crazy. 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 Yeah, that's what I got. I hope y'all was there with me, because this took me through some things. I was like, say what now? And again, I've read this so many times. Didn't pay no attention to the Lord being here. Didn't pay no attention to the Lord say he was coming back. Didn't pay no attention to, I'm going to go find out for myself. What? What you mean find out? How bad is, wait a minute, didn't you hear them in heaven? Like, he's like, I heard it, but I need to see it. Burp. What do you mean? But anyway. Y'all have yourselves a good night. I'm going to end this here. I'll be back again with some more. Because I'm still reading. Still learning and still growing. May the good Lord be with you and God bless. I'm out. This is Bible and PJs. And I'm T.